Hey, yo, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, C Money, and today we are here at the Goldman Memorial Park in Hollywood, Florida. I am at this park because a viewer recommended it from one of my social media platforms, and I am sure now. I'm going to talk about this part. But what the viewer failed to tell me, the viewer gave me a different aspect. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of research, but I've been to this park before. I'm going to tell you why I've been to the park, because we're going to do a walkthrough. Now, the viewer told me that this was called the Justice Skateboard Park, which in a way it is called Justice Skateboard Park because this little walkway right here is a pathway that takes you all the way back there, which takes you to the skate park area. But when I actually came in from that way to this way, and when I came in, I saw the public storage unit, the facility that was right there, and I said, something told me that this has to be that park I visited. And there's a reason why I say I visited this park before, because this is the dog park of Stan Goldman Memorial Park. And one of the reasons why I'm going to tell you why, because this park sits right next to a train station. This is in Hollywood, Florida, so there is a Tri-Rail and an Amtrak train station that sits directly next to this park. That's how I ended up coming to this park a while back, because I came and I got off here and I don't remember what was the destination I was going to, and I happened to stumble upon this little path that leads right from Hollywood Boulevard, and I went all the way through this path, and I say, this is like a nature center. And when you're on the train, whether you're traveling north or south, well, when you're traveling north, you're going to see only the back part of the park, well, this part of the beginning of the park. I think this is the beginning of the park where you see the playground and the dog park area. If you're coming south, you'll see that part first, or going south, you'll see that part first, but the train is over here, but you're not going to basically see the train because it's too many trees and and the train had just departed going north right before I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom using the restroom, and that's why I stumbled upon this park, and I was like, this is not the Justice Skateboard Park. But the back part of that is a Justice Skateboard Park because it's connected to it, because there's a walkway to it. And we're going to go down the walkway after a while. Yes, this is a little walk, so we're going to have a little walk. I'm going to show you the walk. There are two walkways. I'm on this side of the walkway because the other walkway is on the other side, and it is closer to the waterway. And that right there is a little bit skippy, because when you're walking down the path from the skate park, it tells you that crocodiles are in the water. So, do not feed or harass the crocodiles. So I was kind of a little skeptical, because the path that comes from the skate park over to this area is kind of kind of like a small path, like something like similar to this path, but it was basically like they kept having them crocodile signs up where, crocodiles are in the water and all that, and I'm like, oh. And then I seen a family of ducks over here, and I didn't want to feel like I was attacking them. So when I came up, I ended up, because I came up and I turned around and came back, and then I ended up using the restroom. I sat down for a second. I said, let me use the restroom, and I say, okay, after I use the restroom, I'll do a show, because this was recommended. Now, I was trying to figure out, I viewed the skate park online. The skate park entrance is from Johnson Street in Hollywood, because it gives you where, if you look at the Google Maps, it'll tell you like we are closer to Johnson Street. But if you get a clear view of it, this stretches all the way from Johnson Street to Hollywood Boulevard. And once again, I believe a lot of these trees here because if we, like I told you in the last video, we did have a hurricane that hit the coastal line of Florida, and it really didn't do damage down here, but it's been a while since I've been here, so it could have been, you know, we did have heavy rain and stuff throughout the times, you know, because it's been a while since I've been here, probably like maybe a year or two or so, or more, probably more than that, you know. Yeah, I think more than that, because I don't remember the last time I was here. But a lot of these trees, of course, have probably been damaged by rain and storms and stuff like that. So basically, I'm the only one out here. This is like early in the morning, so I'm the only one out here. There's the other path right there that sits near the water. Like, at one point, they had it blocked off where you couldn't go through, like they had one of the paths blocked off, and that's how long ago it was. I guess they don't have it, but I don't think they have like park officials that come over here and tend to the park. I know they tend to the bathrooms, because the bathroom, of course, had tissue in the bathroom, like toilet tissue in the bathroom. Only thing is, they didn't have the blow dryer wasn't working, so I had to use a napkin. You know, I always bring extra pair of napkins with me when I go on these adventures, because sometimes these bathrooms, they don't be having napkins or paper towels or stuff, and you know, they had toilet paper, but they didn't have like paper towel, because they had a hand dryer, but the hand dryer wasn't working, so I have to use one of my napkins. So that's why it's always handy to have these napkins and stuff. And I always have hand sanitizer and wipes and disinfectant wipes with me, just in case, you know, anything I need to disinfect. So that's basically it. Right here, if you can see a little bit through the trees, this is the train station for Amtrak and Tri-World. You could probably see a little bit of it, because we're coming close towards the beginning of it. Now we're gonna turn around and go back, and I'm gonna show you the skate part of the park. And when we turn around and go back, we're basically gonna have a pause, because we're not gonna walk through this whole thing again, you know, and stuff like that. So this is the parking lot of the Tri-Rail station and the Amtrak station. You really pretty much can't see it, but we're gonna go, and I'm gonna show you the front. This is a bridge. We're gonna walk the bridge, of course. Let's walk the bridge. We're gonna walk this way too. This is the way you when you get to the train station. This is the bridge, of course. Like I said, a lot of these homes are out here. The waters are pretty much higher than usual, because of course it rained, and we've had heavy raining. And this is Hollywood Boulevard. Now, I'm going to give you a fact. About maybe 2 or 3 blocks west of here, on Hollywood Boulevard here, going this way, which is west, is a shopping center where there's a Target and there's a lot of stores. Now, in that shopping center used to be the Hollywood Mall, where there was a Sears. And if you remember, or if you recall, if you've ever seen, there's some ducks there. If you've ever seen any, if you've ever heard of the story about John Walsh, who was the host of America's Most Wanted, that was the Sears where his son got abducted out of and kidnapped from. I believe this was back in the 80s, because I think John Walsh is from South Florida, and his son was his mom, I think, in Sears, and had got kidnapped. I don't remember the whole full story, but the location is a couple of blocks down. Now the Sears is no longer there, because the Hollywood Mall is no longer there. It's now a shopping center with a Target and a couple of other stores, and one of my favorite restaurants, you know, Boston Market. So I've been over there, you know. So basically, that's the fact about it. I mean, I don't think I will ever do a story over there, but it's just, I was just giving you an understanding. And if you're from Miami, you know the story. And if you not from Miami, you should know the story about John Walsh because it would tell you, about it and anything. Okay, we're gonna walk this way, and I'm gonna show you the train station as it is. This is the signage for the train station, Hollywood Station, Tri-Rail, and Amtrak. Now, this is the entrance if you was coming from the train station or if you was coming from the eastern side of Hollywood Boulevard. The bridge is if you was coming from the western side of Hollywood Boulevard. Let me show you the signage. It might be a little bit too bright because of the sun. Hollywood Station, Tri-Rail, and Amtrak. And of course, Hollywood Stan Goldman Park. You really can't see it because the sun is shining. This is the parking lot, for Tri-Rail here and Amtrak. And it's not much parking. They tell you if you want additional parking for Tri-Rail, use Sheridan Street because they have to limit their parking here because this is also Amtrak, because Amtrak was here before Tri-Rail was. If you want to know the story about Amtrak, I'll give you a little brief story about it. Amtrak, as you know, Amtrak is a train that goes from state to state. It's a train. Tri-Rail started their service in the mid to late 80s, and it's a tri-commuter train service that operates from Miami, from the Miami airport, all the way as far north to West Palm Beach. And it has been said, and I have read up on it, since Miami, since the Tri-Rail has started their service, because I'm guessing there was people who was commuting on Amtrak between Miami and West Palm Beach. So since Tri-Rail began its service, Amtrak ceased operations of having passengers buy tickets to commute between Miami and West Palm Beach, meaning that if you're going outside of the West Palm Beach area and you're continuing your traveling north, you can buy a ticket. But if you want to buy a ticket just to go to West Palm Beach or to Fort Lauderdale, you cannot buy it because they tell you to take Tri-Rail, which is a local Tri-Rail commuter service. All right, we're walking back to the other part. We're going to take a short, brief break because I want to keep, this show a minimum. So once we come back, hopefully we'll be near the Justice Skate Park. So I will see you in a little bit. Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, C Money. Hey, we're back, Roundtable Talk. This is a cut through where you can cut through to the other side. I think I'm going to cut through to the other side. I just want to give you an understanding of how this other side looks. I was going to wait until we got down to the entrance or the walkway to the skate park, but see there it says crocodiles in the area. That's one of the signs. I didn't notice. I don't too much care for being on this side because they have the crocodile signs, and this is where a lot of the birds and the iguanas and the wildlife like to rest because it's near the water. So I don't too much care for walking on this side, but just to give you an understanding how close that this walk is to the water and how close that you could probably be close to the crocodiles. So that's why they have these caution. That's the first one I've seen over here. I guess they started putting them up recently because I don't remember seeing these signs the last time I came here. But granted, I told you it's been a while since I've been here. So it says, caution, crocodiles in area. Federally protected species, unlawful to feed or harass. For further information, you call the number. Oh, okay. So that's basically saying that these crocodiles are protected. So you cannot harm the crocodiles or anything, But crocodiles gonna try to harm you more than you're trying to harm them, unless you're a wildlife hunter or something like that. So I try to stay mostly on that trail because that trail is more protected, where anything jumps out the water, I'm way over there, and before they get me, I'm gone. But and a lot of these trees look like they've been uprooted from their areas. You see a lot of these little things right here look like the bottom of the roots and stuff. Like a lot of the trees have been uprooted, and you see there's stuff in the ground. Like, this is one of the parks. There's an iguana. This is one of the parks where, like, they don't do like upkeeps of the park, because you see that the little sidewalks is coming up and stuff. They don't do upkeeps of the. Ooh, he just came out of nowhere and just started running. But they don't do the upkeeps of this park, so this is one of the, which is okay. We're now here back at the dog park area, the main thing. We're gonna take a walk through there, because I'm gonna show you the skate park, how to get to the skate park. Now, initially, I entered through the skate park area. There's not only a skate park, I believe there's like a pickleball area. And, well, to my understanding, pickleball is like another thing, another version of tennis. But there's like a pickleball area. There's the lady who had their dog there earlier. But it's small. It's not like a tennis court, because the tennis court's a little bit bigger. And I did hear like racquetballs or whatever. Look at the little squirrels. The little squirrels are there looking for food or whatever. I'm gonna come back over this way. We're gonna do a brief walk. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we got enough time. I can do a little talking and walking. I think a lot of the people bring their dogs out here more than kids, and because this is a playground, but the playground don't look like it has much on it, and it don't have a tarp over it. What this is here for, I don't know. Maybe it's an exercise mechanism, but who want to exercise near the water where you have crocodiles and no fishing and no swimming? Now, coming on the inside of here, coming up on the skate park, it was more iguanas and lizards here in this side than it was on the other side. So I was like, ooh. Now, when I walked here, I noticed the public storage facility, which made me think of, I know this park. I know what this is the park that sits next to the train station. And I had a gut feeling when I came to cross and got up to there, I was like, yes, this is the park that's near the train station. I just didn't know that they had a backside to this, because, as you know, most of my exploring doesn't explore everything. Like, there are certain parts of parks that I have explored and they don't, and they have other areas of the park, and you be like, because if you remember that I did an episode of Hotspots in South Florida where I did Grinnell's Park, and I found out, recently I visited Grinnell's Park, I found out Grinnell's Park has a golf course, and I was like, what? And I never told anybody. I never told y'all that, because I didn't know they had a golf course. If you go down one of their trails, their nature trails, you'll end up on the backside of their golf course. I think all the lizards have descended away or ran away or whatever. Now, this is just the skate park, which apparently the backside of Stan Goldman Park. And of course, you will have to walk this way near the water, because you have no choice, because there is no other. Now, this probably had to be built recently, because from what the skate park looks like, it looks like it was built in a parking lot, like the parking lot area. So, and this is why I say they're probably playing pickleball. We're gonna get up a little bit closer to it, but we're gonna do this right here, because one of the viewers, gave me information. It was like, oh, this is a skate park, and I've never actually been to a skate park. but because I don't skate. But this is the skate park, and it looks like it was built within a parking lot of sort of. And I guess this is what this is pickleball, of course. The pickleball play only. So this is a pickleball court, which is what they're doing. They're playing pickleball. Let me see if they're water cold, because my water now is kind of warm. And if they got cold water, I'll get some cold water to put on me. I guess I'm going to turn around and walk back the other way, because this is the entrance that I came in. Of course, that's Johnson Street. So let me see if the water's cold. Let me see. Not as bad. There was somebody laying there. Not as bad. Okay. Now, it's early in the morning, so of course, you may not see a lot of people here. So you might see, not going to see too much people here. But this is the back side of Stan Goldman Park. Or maybe the front side. I honestly don't know what is the front side and what is the back side of this park, because I've just learned about this side of the park just about a couple of days ago. And I wanted to check it out since I was in the air. I said, let me go check it out. And I wanted to check it out, and I was like, I've never been to a skate park. They have one in Miami, near the downtown Wynwood area, but I've never actually been to this park. And I said I wanted to check it out. And as we checked prior to checking it out, I was like, this connects to the other part that I visited before, because once you get off the train station and you are walking down, or regardless if you're crossing whatever you're doing, because most of the time when I get off at this train station, I'm getting on a connecting bus, they go, and I was like, I didn't know that this park actually connects to the other side of the park. So basically, this is what you're getting. This is called the Justice Skate Park. Now, it did say on the sign when we first started the episode that it's a skate park and everything connected to this. So basically, this is connected to the park. Now, I didn't really see no sign here, because I'm going to show you something, and this is funny. This is a funny thing. The walking side of this park, because you enter, I'm guessing there's a car entrance over on this side because all the parked cars are here. But I entered the park right here through this walkway. And this walkway actually sits on the property of a drive-through convenience store, which is like one of the farm stores. There's a gas station right there, if you can see, and then there's a farm. Well, it's not really a farm store. It's one of the stores that used to be a farm store, and it's a convenience store, and it sits right there. So the walking side of the entrance of the park sits right next to a little drive-through convenience store. So I was like, so where's the parking entrance? So I kind of looked, and I see now, because I didn't pay attention to the other side, there's a parking entrance right there where the cars at. And the people go on this side to play pickleball, and then they go to the other side, I guess, to the dog park and stuff like that. And they go to the other side to play, and of course people ride their bikes, and stuff like that, which is understandable, Oh my God, it's hot out here. And they don't have benches on this side that sits under a shade. Those benches are not sitting under a shade. So I'm going to have a little bit more water from here. But yes, this is, and it's a small pickleball area, so you have to wait your turn for pickleball. So that makes sense. All right, we're going to start walking back. And I guess we're going to end up start wrapping this show up. Just a little bit more water. Now, I'm gonna start walking back the other way to the. I honestly, like I said, I don't know which is the front end, which is the back end, but I'm gonna start walking back that way. If you've ever been to this park, please let me know. Comment if anything. If you find this park interesting, if you want to know more facts about this park, you can you can look it up. It's called Justice Skate Park and also Stan Goldman Park or Stan Goldman Memorial Park from what one of the marquees say, but the original marquee says Stan Goldman Park. But the new marquee that they have for the construction is Stan Goldman Memorial Park. There's a boat right there. If you want to know more about this park, Google it. It might be a park for the city of Hollywood. Also, there's, businesses around this park. I don't know what this. Oh, this is the handlebars. This is the handlebars. I don't know why they have it here and not over in the children's area. I guess I'm guessing that a lot of this stuff was previously made. Like the playground looks fairly new. Like it looks like it was made like maybe 10 years ago or something like that. And a lot of the stuff that was in this park was just like fairly new. Because a lot of these parks that I do visit are mainly parks that have been retrofitted, and rebuilt it to be like, like Grinnell's Park. They have not Grinnell's Park, what the park I visited in before, like Mills Pond. They have a nature trail that was built in the mid 2000s where you can walk down the trail and see the swamps just like this and everything, and on both sides, the swamps and stuff like that. So they have it where you can see certain areas, so you can, look at the trees and stuff like that. But it wasn't always like that. It was just mostly trees and everything. But, and I didn't show you that part because that part I didn't show you. But yeah, like a lot of these places was built in the early 2000s to make way for like walking, and a lot of these places wasn't accessible to walking back in the 80s and the 90s. A lot of these places was just trees and land and all the other stuff, and then eventually it became accessible for walking for pedestrians in the in the 90s and the 2000s, and whatever. So now we're back over here by the dog park and the playground. Now I don't know if the playground get any much use, but I see people going inside and out of the dog park. So I don't know if the playground gets much use. But as of now, I'm going to say it is now time for us to say goodbye to this episode. I thank y'all for watching because we have visited back and forth of this park. You've seen the park near the train station. You've seen the train station. You've seen the dog park. You've seen the playground, which we're at now. You've seen the backside where the skate park is at. You've seen pickleball. So you've seen majority of the park. So now it is time to say goodbye. There's a few more people that came into the dog park. Oh, I can smell that water, that lake or pond water. So I'm going to do and say thank you for watching this episode. Comment at the bottom of this page if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. You can also email me roundtable00@yahoo.com. As well, if you have a part that you would, that you want to share with us, you can share your park with us, roundtable00@yahoo.com. If you have a park here in South Florida that you would like for me to explore, I'm always open to a new thing. It will have to be within the West Palm to Miami area, and it has to be a park that has some type of interesting to it. This is interesting because it basically is a strange type of park. It's not it's not your everyday normal type of park. Like, as you can see here, this is a trail that is near water where a lot of crocodiles and animals and stuff. So this is different from, and you can cut through. You don't have to go through the actual trail. Like, you don't have to actually go through the concrete areas to cross over. If you want to cross over, you can easily cross over, because a lot of these trees have been cut down and have been torn away, so you can see the other trail, and it says Hollywood Habitat right there. So this is the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money. I want to thank y'all for watching this episode. Don't forget to click subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to check out our other episodes. Don't forget to check out our other episodes in Hotspots in South Florida, and don't forget to check out History in South Florida. And don't forget, if you have anything you want to sound off on, my comment section is always open to you. My email, roundtable00, is always open to you. And I say thank you for watching. And I am getting the heck out of here because I am hot. This place is hot. And I need to get somewhere where I can cool off. This is the Roundtable. I'm your host, C Money. I know y'all like, what is wrong with him? Yes, it is hot. It is an area. I'm trying to get away from this area because this is crocodile land. So I'll see y'all in the next episode. I'll stay in Goldman Park, Hollywood, Florida. I'll see y'all. Take care.